What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Mic Check Podcast. This is T-Word, the People's Champ. Thanks for tapping in. Today, we're going to be talking about Shannon Sharpe and his exit from the hit show Undisputed. Before we get into the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We appreciate your feedback. All right, so let's get right into it. And Shannon Sharpe, NFL Hall of Famer, 3-time Super Bowl champion, one of the best tight ends to ever lace up the cleats, was co-host to Skip Bayless for 7 years on the hit TV show Undisputed, daily sports talk show running 2.5 to 3 hours every day, Monday through Friday. These guys have been running since basically 2016, and it's been a historic run as far as the partnership goes. They've had some magical moments. They've had some cringy moments. They've been able to tap into aspects of the culture as far as sports media goes that some other outlets just couldn't touch. They always had an edgy coolness that you never saw on ESPN. Something that was also very specific about this show is their dynamic was obviously a put on, somewhat scripted or majority scripted, but you knew that they didn't try to hide from the fact that this is who we're presenting to you as our characters, and either you buy it or you don't. They were able to connect with former athletes due to Shannon Sharpe's connections outside of the broadcast industry. Skip Bayless is actually one of the few people that's not African American that puts a lot of African American sports personalities on. Even though on air, his demeanor of being the heel can just get a little bit annoying, and it's very cringy. But all of that to say, over the years, these two have had some spats that seem to spill over onto Twitter sometimes, and you could tell that the working relationship was souring day by day and year by year. And when it came time for Shannon to get to the bag for real, things went south. One thing that I was surprised to find out is that Shannon created his own lane, or the people at Fox helped him create his own lane with Club Shay Shay. It's an off-cuff, casual conversation where he brings in athletes, and now he's crossed over into entertainers, entrepreneurs, and just media and celebrities in general. And he sits down and does these conversations in this little lounge. And it's really taken off. You're getting a good chance to see his personality, the way that he connects with people, the way that he asks insightful and thoughtful questions, and the way that he's able to pull things out of them that in certain environments you just wouldn't get. He's very relatable. So he's built that show from the ground up. Just on his back, it's just him and somebody else having a conversation. There's never a group of guests. There's always just him and a person. And I think that really connects with the audience. So he's able to build this, but he didn't even own it. He had to actually buy that out as part of his contract buyout. So what I think happened is Shannon went to go get more money from Fox, and it was like, nah, bro. So he was like, well, I'm out and I need to get my show. So he got his bread together, and, I'll get to this in a second, but I think he finally corralled enough of the funds that was required to buy out this contract and buy out the name Club Shay Shay, which I think is really what he hung around for. And he finally decided, okay, enough was enough. He committed to sticking with the show until after the NBA Finals. The Denver Nuggets beat the Heat 4-1. And on the very next day, Shannon Sharpe said his goodbyes, a tearful goodbye on air. He brought his daughter up, who apparently works on the set. He thanked many people, including Skip Bayless, for providing him an opportunity to blossom and show his talent in something outside of football, and taking a chance on him and fighting for him, which I thought was super classy. One thing you have to say about Shannon Sharpe, man, this dude has class. When he talks about the way that his grandparents raised him, you can see it in the way that he conducts himself. When in the moments that are biggest, he conducts himself like an upstanding human being. You've got to respect it. I can say that I'm going to miss that show in its previous form now, because it was kind of like a de facto guideline for what me and Q established when we built the Quality Talk Show years ago. You'll see it on the screen. I've got some of the advertisements that we did for our original podcast, which was quickly converted into a radio show. And these guys were kind of like the foundational piece when podcasting wasn't a thing. Undisputed made us feel like we could get on air and do a talk show, and this is how you conduct yourself and do things. And Shannon Sharpe proved to be a great model of how that looks, especially for a person that looks like me. So I've been inspired by the way he was able to keep it as real as possible, but yet also play his position on the show. So it's going to be hard to see a show like Undisputed or Undisputed itself without him there. Because I know he, even though he might have been 25% in the back office, he was 50 or 60% in front of the camera. So that empty seat is going to be missed. Skip got to do something else. You can't even stay Undisputed anymore because you have to have Shannon Sharpe for it to be Undisputed. But I thought it was classy the way he exited. He hugged Skip. You know, he really said his goodbyes to everybody in a really upstanding, classy way, man. That's what a grown man's supposed to do. And like I said, his inspiration has meant a lot to me, to see that you could do it your way and people will still connect and adapt to what you're doing. So shout out to Shannon Sharpe. Good luck to you on your next venture. He said he's got some stuff coming up. We just got to wait and see, but kind of a sad moment, man, because it's been a good run and I can't wait to see what he does next, but we'd love to get your thoughts. What do you think about Shannon Sharpe leaving? What do you think he's going to do next? I see him taking Club Shay Shay to the moon and maybe expanding into another maybe weekly sports show, but he might just want to step away from sports altogether and try his hand at other media avenues and maybe become a mogul. And that way he never has to worry about asking somebody for his stuff back. But let me know what you think. This has been T for the Mic Check Podcast. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.